P4 week 14, 2025 exam paper review. So I'm just going to write it here so that you know that it's actually for the review at week 14. Give me a while, I just write down. Adjust the thickness. Okay, so it's E for week 14, 2025. Okay, wait, it's too thick. Give me a while, a bit thinner. Okay. So this is the exam paper review. So I'm going to go to the first question. I'm going to go through, it's from Tong School. This is the weighted assessment one for Tong School. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first question, section A. So write the number 50,803. So I'm going to list down. By now, you should know your whole numbers well. So 50,000 is this, 50,000. And this is 803. It's just 3. So I'm going to add these three numbers together. Okay, if you don't know, just add. So the answer is 50803. This is your answer. So right, always finalize your answer. 50803. Okay. Question 2. Use all the digits below to form the smallest four-digit number. They didn't say even or odd. So you just arrange the numbers in the sense that you can get the smallest four-digit number. So if you look at these numbers, right, definitely you will tell me the smallest digit is a 0. But bear in mind that we do not begin with a 0. Okay, so we do not begin with a 0. So that means the 0 cannot go at the thousands place. So that means the next second smallest number is a 5. So I write 5. Then we go back to 0. And then there's only 8 and 9, right? So the smaller digit is actually 8, followed by 9. So your answer is 5089. Okay, question number 3. Complete the number pattern. So you know that if you observe if you observe the pattern here, you can actually see that the number is actually decreasing. So you need to see how much has it decreased. So 74603 to 73603. You minus these two numbers to find out what is the difference. So the difference is actually 1,000. So which means from one number to another is actually a difference of 1,000. So you need to find this number, right? So you take 73603 minus 1,000. You will get 72603 for the first answer. Then this, you also have to minus 1,000. Okay, so 70603 minus 1,000. Okay, your answer is 69603. So this is 69,603. That's your answer. Okay, now we go to question number 4. Okay, arrange the numbers in increasing. By now, you should know what's the meaning of the word increasing. It means from small to big. You can see that right here, the smallest. So the last one must be the biggest number. Compare these four numbers given. You will see that your smallest number is 39,093. Okay, 39,039, sorry. So 39, wait, I think I use eraser. 39,039. 39039. Okay. Then after that, followed by this one, 39309. And followed by 40309. Then after that, 40390. Okay, this is your answer. Question 5. Okay, rounding off. So question 5 is asking us to round this number to the nearest 10. So when we want to round to the nearest 10, we look at the digit on the right hand side of our tens place. So if it's 5 and more, we will be able to round the tens place up. So this is 5 and more. So that means the 4 tens can go up to 5 tens. So it will be 74955. 50. Okay, 5b is rounding this number, but now to the nearest 100. So to the nearest 100, I look at the digit on my right hand side. Is a 4. So this one is actually less than 5, which means we cannot round the 900s up to one digit up, like one up. So it stays at 900. So the answer is 74900. Okay. Question number, yeah, sorry. Question number 6. Okay. Question 6 is about factors. So it says Peter listed the factors of 32 below. So you have all these numbers given. So he missed out one factor. What is the missing factor? So in order to do this, right, you need to list out the factors of 32. If in case you don't already know. So factors is 1 and 32. Then it will be 2 and 16. Okay, 3 don't have. So it will be 4 and 8. So if you look at these numbers, which number here is actually missing? Your answer is 8. Okay, so this is the missing factor. Question number 7. Circle the common multiples of 3 and 9. So actually, you don't need to list out the multiples of 3 and 9. You look at all these numbers, which numbers can be actually divided by 3 and also 9. Okay, if it's a multiple of these two numbers, it means it can be divided by these two numbers without any remainder. Okay, so you know 6 can be divided by 3. But 6 cannot be divided by 9. So this one cannot. 12 can be divided by 3. But 12 cannot be divided by 9. So this one also cannot. Okay. So this one 18. 18 can be divided by 3. Because when you divide by 3, you get 6. But now 18, let's check. Can it be divided by 9? Yes, because you get a 2. So this is one of the common multiple of 3 and 9. Now, let's check 24. 24 can be divided by 3, which gives you 8. But 24 cannot be divided by 9 because there will be a remainder. So now let's look at 27. Can 27 be divided by 3? Yes, because it gives you a 9, no remainder. Now ask yourself, can 27 be divided by 9? It can as well because it will give you 3. So the common multiples of 3 and 9 will be 18 and 27. So you need to circle just these two multiples. Okay. Question number 8. A given number is a multiple of 7. Okay, the number is between 50 and 60, which means the number I'm looking at between 50 and 60 means it's number 51 to 59. Okay, this one looks like 6. Yeah. Okay, so if you know your multiples very well, for multiples of 7, you will know exactly which number already. But if you don't know, you list out your multiples of 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, then 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. So I want to know this number must be between 50 and 60. So this number will be none other than 56 because the rest cannot, because it's not between the number range that I want. So your answer is 56. Okay. Question 9. Arrange these fractions from the greatest to the smallest. So the greatest, you don't know. I mean, from one look, some of you can tell the greatest is which one. But if you don't know, right, actually, if you can, you make the remainder the same. So 3, 6, and 5. You actually can make the remainder the same as in make them become 30. So you times 10 for this. So if you times 10, this will be 20 out of 30. This times get 30, right? So you times 5. So 5 times 5, 25. So this one also 30. So you times 6. So here also times 6. This will be 12. So now you can see which one is your greatest. You can see that this one is your greatest, but do not write 25 over 30 here. You write the original fraction given, which is 5 over 6, followed by this, right? So this will be 2/3. And the last one will definitely be 2/5. This is how you arrange them. Okay. Question number 10. Find the value of 11, 12 minus 1/4. A lot of you always do it in this over here, which I wouldn't advise lah, because it's going to be very messy. So I'm going to write the whole equation again. So you know the denominator is not the same. I'm going to make the denominator the same by changing it to 12, common denominator of 12. So you times 3 times 3. Okay, so after you do that, you know that you have to convert your fraction. 11, 12 minus, this will become 3, 12. So this will, 11 minus 3 is 8 over 12. But I want this in the simplest form. So simplest form means you need to divide. Yeah? So 8 and 12 can be divided by 4. The common number to divide is by 4. So 8 divided by 4, 2. 12 divided by 4, 3. So your answer is 2/3. Okay. Now section B is problem sums. Okay. Maybe I just shrink it a little bit so you can see. I hope you can, huh? Okay. So 11. A shop had 162 boxes of mangoes. Each box had 36 mangoes. So A is asking me for how many mangoes were there. This is straightforward. So we know each box we have 36. So I just write down. I always write down what I have. Okay. But we know the shop only not only got one box. The shop got 162 boxes. So I need to times 162 times 36. So this is two-digit multiplication. You do your working. 162 times 36. So I'm going to use different colors. Okay, I'm going to take 162 times 6 first. Okay, you don't look at the 3 first, you times the 6 once. So 2 times 6, 12. Okay, carry a 1, regroup a 1. So 6 times 6 is 36. 36 plus 1, 37. Regroup a 3. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 plus 3, 9. You are done with multiplying 6 once. Now I'm going to multiply by 3/10. So after I'm done, I put a 0 at the bottom. So that I know my first answer must write under the tens place, right? The 3/10. So 2 times 3, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So I put an 8. I regroup a 1 here. Okay, so this one you can just ignore it because it already added in the first equation, right? So now I bring a 1 here. 1 times 3, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. So you're going to add these two values up. This is 2. This will be 13. And this will be 18. And this is 5. So 5, 8, 3, 2. So there'll be 5, 8, 3, 2 mangoes all together. So answer is question A. Yeah? This is answer for question A. Okay. Now let's look at B. The shop sold 600, no, sorry, the shop sold 738 mangoes. The rest of the mangoes were packed into bags of 9. How many bags of mangoes were packed? So you know out of this total number of mangoes which you found in A, you are going to sell 738. So you subtract 5832 minus 738. This one, if you know how to work out, you will get 5094. So the rest of these mangoes is this one. They'll be packed into bags of 9. So what does it mean by bags of 9? It means one bag has 9 mangoes inside. So if one bag is 9, one bag 9, one bag 9, one bag 9, I can get many, many bags of 9. But I need to know how many bags. So the number of bags is actually how many groups of 9 are there in 5,094. So you need to divide. 5094 divided by 9. Okay, you should know how to do your long division already, So your answer will be 566 bags. So you just write 566 bags. Okay, this is answer for B. Question 12. Okay, I think this one can enlarge a bit. Okay. Okay, question 12. Sam had some game cards at first. He gave 238 cards to his brother. He then received 648 new cards from his father. Then after that he will have, okay, Sam had 1,330 cards in the end. How many game cards did he have at first? So you know that this one is working backwards. So we know he had some game cards at first, which we don't know what is the value. So I just put a question mark. Okay. He gave to the brother 238. So when you give, you minus 238. Then there'll be a certain number of cards here, right? But then you read on, it says he's going to receive 648 from the father. So when he receive, he plus 648. End of the day, 1330. So when you work backwards, you know that you need to take note of the symbol. So when you work backwards, the symbol changes. So from plus become minus. So 61330, you have to minus 648 first. To find out, before the father gave him, how many does he have? So 1330 minus 648 is 682. So this is 682. And 682 is actually what he has left after giving the brother 238. So I need to work backwards. Minus become plus. So you take 682 plus 238. Your answer will be 920 game card. So I will want you to write down your final answer here. It's a little bit way down. So your final answer always finalize. How many at first? 920 game cards. Okay, 3 marks. So just be very careful with your work. Then your marks will be, the mark will be given to you. Okay, question 13. Okay, School A has 3,064 storybooks in its library. School B has 4 times as many books as School A. So how many more storybooks does School B have than School A? So a lot of you actually might be able to picture it, but for me, right, I just draw. Okay, there are two schools, A and B. A and B. B 4 times, which means B 4 units, A is 1. And we know that A has this number of storybooks. So this is 3064. The question is asking me how many more does B have than A? So when you look at this, you can see that B has more than A by this amount. So we're looking at the difference, right? So remember, how many more means difference, Okay, you're comparing difference between two groups. So we know over here, A has 3064, which means 1 unit is 3064 because it's just 1 unit for A, right? Now the difference, how many units difference is between A and B? So B is 4U, A is 1, so minus 1U. The difference is 3 units. So we look for 3 units. 1 unit is 3064, right? So 3064 times 3, you will get 9192. So how many more storybooks does B have than A? Your answer is 9192 more storybooks. So you write down. Okay. Now let's look at B. How many storybooks must be moved from B to A so that there will be the same number of books in both schools? So that means we are working with the given difference. We already found the difference, which is 9192. So I'm not going to draw units now. I'm going to just draw a difference of 9192 between A and B. So A is a little bit, okay? B is 9192 more, right? That's what we have uh, found in A. So this is 9192 more. B has 9192 more than A. We need to make them the same number, which means I only can share their difference equally. You cannot give all to A, because if you do that, A will have more than B. So the difference of 9192 will be shared equally between two schools. So this is the value I'm looking at. So can you see now 9192 is shared between two schools, right? So which means this will be divided by 2. So 9192 divided by 2. Because if you can see, I use a highlighter, that after sharing, right, both have the same. Can you see? Until here, until here, right? So 9192 divided by 2, when you work out your answer, you will get 4596. This is your answer. So how many books must be moved from B to A? Sorry. Your answer is 4596 storybooks. I always write down my units, okay? Question number 14. Okay, maybe I'll shrink it a bit. Okay. A green bulb blinks every 4 minutes, but then a red one blinks every 6 minutes. How many times will the red bulb blink in 48 minutes? Okay, so in 48 minutes, so what we are going to do is, right, we are going to look at this. We are looking at a red bulb. Okay, so we look at red bulb. The red bulb, right, one time, it blinks every 6 minutes. Okay, so in 48 minutes, how many times? Which means how many groups of 6 are there in 48? So you take 48 divide by 6. Your answer is 8 times. Understand? Question number B. The two light bulbs will blink together at 8 p.m. for the first time. So they give you the first timing of 8 p.m. The first timing is 8 p.m. I want to find when will be the time when two light bulbs blink together for the second time. So we are going to find out the common multiple of 4 and 6, because every 4 minutes the green one blinks. Every 6 minutes the red one blinks. So multiples of 4 first for the green. So it will be 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20, and so on, right? But for the red, it's every 6 minutes. So 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. So if you look at these two rows of multiples, the common multiple is actually 12. And what does this 12 mean? Okay, so you know that the green one, 4, 8, 12-minute blink. The red one is the 6 and 12-minute blink. So this 12 means, right, both bulbs blink together. Sorry, a bit messy. This one I write again. Blink, B-L-I-N-K. Both bulbs blink together every 12 minutes. Sorry, a bit minutes. Okay, so if every 12 minutes they blink, right? They ask for the second timing. They give the first timing that they blink together. The first timing they blink together is 8 o'clock. So the second timing will be 12 minutes later. So 8 p.m. is the first time. So when you do time, remember a timeline. Don't just write plus 12. It's not the correct way. So 12 minutes later, both of them will blink again. So 8 p.m., 12 minutes later will be 8:12 p.m. So answer is 8:12 p.m. Okay. Actually, I think the timing I put two dots lah, easier to differentiate the decimal and the time. Okay. So 8:12 p.m. is your answer. Okay, we are done with the exam paper review for this week. Okay.